Hello and welcome to the tutorial explaining the new Retopo Mel script. It retopologizes geometry, which very simple geometry like this torus may not need it, but it will do well for the tutorial to show you how this works. So a couple of things before we get started. First of all, you need to make sure that you have the plugins loaded and operating in your current version of Maya, and that's RBF Mesh Target 2018 as well as M Instant Meshes 2018. You need to make sure that these are loaded and running as well as the Mel script in your scripts folder, and of course you can find it up here under Settings, Preferences, Plugin Manager. If you have any questions about where to find them or where to load them up, get a hold of me. They should be in the same folder that this Mel script was. So to bring it up, you simply have to click on the shelf button that you made, and you get the Retopo UI. You need to select the item first before you actually can operate on it. But the minute you select the item that you're trying to retopologize, it makes a simulation of it in the form of a bounding box. Now this doesn't look anything like the object, but it's meant to be a collision box, pretty much of the basic shape. And you can move this wherever you want in case you need to have it a far distance from it or right on top of it or a little bit above it. That's done just so you can position this new sort of clone or this retopologizing avatar right next to it the way you like it. The next thing you need to do is click on this green button. These will light up in sequence to show you where you are in the process, where you can click on Connect Box, and that will actually make the input for this come from this object right here. You can actually see this happen when you bring up the node editor, because once I bring up the node editor, we're going to see it use the plugin, and it's going to be you can see the relationship between these now, and that relationship is this. The Instant Meshes plugin is now at work because it's taking this as an input and it's making its retopologized version of it using this plugin. So that's where you can find it, but it's all kind of invisible here if everything's working. Now what you can do is from here on out retopo this dozens of different ways however you like it. You can go down to triangles, you can retopologize that, you should see it change. You also can change the amount of vertices, let's just say 70. And so you can go down this again and again until you get what you want, and then just press done. Use stroke is not implemented yet, it will be in the future. But you can come up here and do all kinds of fun stuff with the quads, and triangles, and 2x4, 4x4, all kinds of stuff. And when you're done, just hit the button done, and it will get rid of the UI and it will delete the node, and this is now freestanding, and this is your retopologized geometry that if you hit 0, 0, goes in the same space as your input. So this is pretty cool, but let's try to run this on something that actually might need it. So in this case, I've done some photogrammetry of a skull, a little foam skull for Halloween here, and it's an incredibly dense bit of geometry, also not entirely complete because this is gone, but it's just too dense for us to work with. So bringing up the Retopo input, it'll make a bounding box. I can move this wherever I want to. Let's say that I've got this kind of next to the head here, and you know, it also matters where the pivot point is. So the minute I hit Connect B box, I've got it down to quads and 500. It's going to take a little bit of time because there's a lot more for it to calculate, but it's fast. And this Instant Meshes plugin is significantly superior to Maya's own retopologizing, and it's a lot friendlier, makes a lot more sense, and it's something that you can, with some relative ease, come in and just retopologize repeatedly using different variants on these options until you get something you like. But this is a good way for people that have really dense geometry to simplify it or to kind of play around. Of course, you have to wait a little longer in case the mesh is incredibly dense. But when you're done, again, it gets rid of the connection, and this is my new geometry here. And it's fairly simple. So that's all you need to know about using this tool. If you have any questions, come find me. Thanks a lot.